My name is Terry Morgan, and I'm here to talk about me. Um, I got that hat in Italy in 2013 in a little town called Portoretto. Um, got the bike a few years ago, and it is my current mode of transportation. The backpack I've had with me longer than, oh my gosh, I don't know. I forgot when I got that backpack. That... And I've got a few things over here. My coffee is absolutely going to be with me probably forever. Trophies and things I'm going to talk a little bit about. The purpose for my being here to talk about me is that I'm promoting Channel15Radio.com, old-time radio drama for a new era, with an audio drama scripted based on a story that I wrote called The Ambassador. It's science fiction, it's hopeful, it's friendly, it's fun, it's got heroes, and I don't pay so much attention to the villains. It's also got martial arts, of course. And there is a thread that goes through the story that is mine from my years of martial arts study and training. My travel to China for close to 30 years, back and forth. All of the things that I've done that contribute to what I wrote in my story. All right? So I have, and I'm going to just talk about this for half a second, and then because I'm going to do another segment on this. Right? So, The Ambassador, this is the story, this is the book. I've got 5 books. This is just the first book. There's just 5. There's five of these written. It just sitting in on the counter there, and there's a connection with that to martial arts. In Xingyi, there are 5 elements: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. In my story, there are 5 members of the ambassador's team. There are 5 members of her transport, the administrative crew, as well as her good friend. And there are 4 old friends plus their teacher. So 15 main characters in the story, several minor characters, and that sense of martial undertone with the sense of how we learn, how we teach, who we teach. Because traditionally, and it's one of the reasons I focused on the good guys in the story. The bad guys over there, we're not going to talk about them so much. We know they're over there. We're not ignoring them. We know they're there. We got to do something. But we're going to talk about the good guys over here. I'm going to emphasize the heroes, the people with character, the people who are willing to step up, the people who will not sit by and watch while the bad guys destroy everything, pretty much. That, no, we got to stop, we got to do something. What are we going to do? I don't know. That's part of the story. Seriously. I don't know, we got to do something. What are we going to do? That question, right, is being asked. It's part of the story. And in looking at that through a lens of the traditional arts, what are we going to do? What does that mean? In my story, we're going to outwit them. We're going to find a way to make it not possible for them to do the bad things. We're going to do it creatively. I'll go ahead and tell you, in the story, we're going to create a honeypot. It's a big one, too. All right, that sense of how are we going to manage this? What are we going to do? Part of that is how I have spent the better part of my life. So I started as an English major. I go way back in journalism. I'm going to use this one for a second. This is, and you can't really see it in this picture. It's hard to see, even if you had it in person. This is my grandpa standing in front of his printing press back in the 1950s. Yeah. I remember that press. I saw that press. Is it old style? You literally set type. Big racks of letters, and sometimes whole words, and you put them into brackets so that you could print. Now, how he got that thing out to western Kansas where they lived, I have no idea. Always wondered about that. But it's one of those kinds of things that I kind of want to introduce in the story a little bit. Yeah, how'd they do that? Well, I don't know, but maybe you can figure it out. Right? So, back over here, I'm just going to talk about this for a second, and then I'm going to stop. Some things from prior years. Trophies from China. I competed I may have already said this, for about 10 years I was international Tai Chi champion. I'm listed in two Who's Who's over there on the shelf. Besides this book, I've got a couple other books that I've published. I just republished Wudang Qigong from 1999. We published the original. I just did a new translation and republished that. So I've been in software development. I've written a bunch of stuff in software technical manuals, as well as some publications that talk about software development, how we approach what we're doing in software development, because I've got a problem. What do we do with this? Yeah, I don't know. How do we fix it? Right? And that background. So, English major, I've traveled, I've looked to the stars since I was a kid. I was an amateur astronomer when I was 9, right? Can I have a telescope? I watched most of the early launches on TV. That sense of wonder that these people going out there. Now, we're not way out there, but out there. And that we just got a message from Voyager. We did. Nobody's speaking on the other side or anything, which is probably a good thing. But we humans sent something out into space, and we just got a message back. That's pretty amazing. That sense of wonder, that sense of we all together, is one of the things that it is just part of who I am. And I'm going to talk about that quite a bit more in the next segment. So I'm a foodie, I'm a traveler, I'm an amateur astronomer, I'm a writer, I'm a techie, I build stuff. I want to build something that's more than just me. It's not, just, well, I wrote this book, or I just, did this thing, or whatever it was. I want to start something now that's more than me. The story is about more than me. It's not about the one. It's not. It's not all about the ambassador. It's about her team and how they all begin developing as a team, how they all work together. And the idea that they're all really, really good at what they do. They're all heroes. Tell me a story of princesses and kings with swords and jewels and magical things, where the heroes could be me, and the tales they tell of worlds far away carry me home. Come on, let's go.